Good afternoon all, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you all how to do an engine oil change and an oil filter change on a 2014 Honda CBR300r. I've noticed there's not a lot of videos out there showing how to do this on a 2014, although it is similar on a lot of motorbikes, but I'll show you how to do this on this particular model. First, what we're going to do is we'll turn the engine on. We'll let the engine oil just warm up for a little bit, and then we'll drain the engine oil. It'll be a lot easier to do once the engine oil is warm. Let's go ahead, start it up, and we'll just wait a couple of minutes now, and then we'll turn the engine off. Alright, welcome back, and as you can see, it's night time. Battery died on my camera, and now we're using an extension cord, so we're just going to continue on with the build. In the meantime, I've got the oil ready, so I'm using the Castrol Power 1. Normally use the 10W30, but the 10W30 was like $40 Australian, so it was really cheap and I got that instead. I'll just show you the oil filter that we're using. So this is like a cartridge style oil filter that we'll be replacing as well. So just moving on to the side of the motorbike where you can see the kickstand. That's where we're going to be draining the plug. So let me just get another sort of light here. Where is the light on the camera? There we go, found the light. Alright, so what I've done, this is the bolt. That bolt goes over there. So I remove the bolt, and I'm going to show you the cheat way to do this. You just pull this back and just clip it behind the actual kickstand clip there. There you go, and it just sits like that on its own now. And now I'll show you the drain plug. This is the drain plug you need to sort of remove, and then it says 12, socket size 12. It's ready to go. So that's where the oil is going to drain into. So I'll just get my socket and we'll go from there. Alright, so this is the size 12 socket that I was using. So I've just loosened this drain plug over here. So that's that over there. So I'm just going to unscrew that with my hand now. See if we can reach it. And because the oil is still warm, most of it will just come out. Alright, there we go. As you can see, all the oil's coming out. So that's the drain bolt over there. That's what it looks like. And make sure you have a rag nearby so you can dry your hands or wipe your hands with the oil there. So as you can see, all the oil's coming out, and it's pretty black, so it's time to change it. So I'll just leave this for a couple of minutes, and what I'll do as well is I'll tilt the bike and I'll straighten the bike up as well, just to make sure the oil comes out of it, and then from there we'll go and move over to refilling it with the new Castrol Power 1. Alright, so I'm changing the oil filter now. So I'm just going to do it the cheat way. So pretty much there's one bolt here. As you can see, that's where the exhaust side is. One bolt there. Pretty much that's all you take off. From there, you just get some foil you put on the inside of the fairing there, and you do that. So once we do remove this oil filter cap, so the oil doesn't go and get stuck on the inside of the fairing there. So you'll need a size 8 socket, and then we're just gonna pretty much put it inside, take it out, take 4 bolts holding it together, and then just pull it out. Alright, as you can see, I'm on the last bolt here. Let me see if I can turn the light on. There we go. So I removed the other 3 bolts holding that in place, and then as I started unscrewing the last sort of bolt here, you can see all the oil starting to drip, and it's all going on the tin foil there, and it's not sort of going on the fairings there. So we'll just kind of remove the last bolt here. We'll do the rest by hand. It's a little bit hard to do this while holding the camera, so just bear with me. Let's see if I can put the camera down. Position this properly so you guys can see. There we go. Alright, that's the last bolt. Alright, so as you can see, I'm gonna get my hands messy, but that's pretty much how the filter was inside, from this side like that. And then all you do is you remove the cartridge. So you'll notice there's a spring inside, and then there's a groove inside the filter. So that is the part where it goes in the groove like that, and then the rubber piece is on the outside. So this is the old filter. We'll put this in the bin, and this is the spring that I was talking about. It's actually comes out, so if you do drop the spring, it just goes inside the little slot there. I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera. There you go, goes in the slot there. Get rid of this excess oil. And then the new filter would essentially go inside like that, and then you put this all back in together like that. So I'll need to wipe my hands here so I don't get it all over the camera. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to wait for the rest of the oil to drain out, and then I'm going to tilt the bike up, make sure the oil comes out, and then we'll put the new filter back in there. Alright, what I normally do before I put in a new filter, I normally get some engine oil and I put it inside. Well, not like that, but inside the actual filter, just to wet the filter a little bit, just to make sure that it's not completely dry when you first start the motorbike up. And then we'll put that on there, so that's it. Alright, so the new filter's back in, so I've just tightened the 4 bolts by hand, and I'm going to go back to the socket and then tighten it evenly all around. Normally you can use a gasket sealer all around. I don't use it on this bike because I've never need to, it doesn't leak. If it does leak a little bit, once the engine warms up, the oil will just kind of burn into the seals there, and it's not going to be leaking or anything. So if you want to use a gasket sealer, you can. But on this particular bike I've never used one and never had any issues. So that's all the oil's gone on there. As you can see inside of the fairing there, it's fairly clean, just a little bit down the bottom. And I should have put some on the exhaust pipe there, so just pretty much I'll be cleaning that after. But yeah, we'll fill up the oil in the next sort of second or two, and we'll go from there. Alright, so the main drain bolt has been retightened again on the other side. That's all been tightened. Pretty much we're just going to start putting the oil inside. This is the so pretty much the the level there, it has to be in between these two notches there, so that's kind of, I'm not sure if you can see that, but the oil should be kind of like right in the middle there. So we'll just start filling that up, and yeah, that should be that. Alright, so I'm all done here. So this is the quick 5-minute guide in changing your engine oil and the oil filter. You'll notice here that the oil is kind of towards the bottom of the scale there, but you have to remember that the bike is on the kickstand, sort of leaning on the side. So once you kind of straighten the bike out, so I'm just going to straighten it out here, you'll notice that it kind of goes towards the top there. So there's just like a little window here. So the bike's about straight now, and then when I kind of release it back in its original position, you'll notice it'll go down. So I'm just going to start the bike up quickly. I'm going to let it run for maybe about a minute, and then I'll turn the engine off, and then we'll have a quick look at the engine oil level, and we'll see if we need to top it up again or not. And that is that. This is the 5-minute way of doing it. I'm doing just the one bolt on either side, and you're done. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. In the next segment I will be doing the spark plug change on the CBR300r, and we're just going to finish off on my S1000RR over here with the Krapovic titanium exhaust. Looks sick. Alright, have a good night all. See you next time.